in the 8.
Hi, welcome to Comic Artist Pro Secrets. I'm your host, Ethan Van Sciver. Haven't done a video today yet, so I gotta do one. And also, I've been saving up a couple of questions that people have asked. You know, it's time to do a Q&A and just answer these questions that are just killing people. People are dying of curiosity. Let me save all of their lives right now. Let's go. Wade Wilson asks, Sean Gordon Murphy is cool. Have you asked him? Asked him if he'll be on our show. I assume you mean. Yeah, I have. I asked him twice. The first time he came to me, I think, and he said, oh, yeah, your show's really cool. I said, you should come on. And he said, I definitely will. And I said, well, when? And he said, well, next time you see me. And I said, oh, like, you want to do it in person? And he said, yeah. So the very first guest that I had on Comic Artist Pro Secrets was Billy Tucci. And we were doing a convention together, and we sat down and we actually looked at a physical copy of She Number One, his first comic book. And it was really kind of a neat sort of commentary because Billy was there to walk you through it and show you, all the little nuances and tell you the story of how that comic book came to be. I think that Sean Gordon Murphy saw that video and he really liked that, and that's what he wants his interview to be like. So he wants to sit down with me at a bar somewhere. Actually, I asked him this again because he said, I'm looking at my stuff here, my private messages. And I said, hey, you're the most demanded and sought after guest. I wish you'd reconsider coming on. You'd make a lot of people happy. And he said, I want to, but I'm holding out for the quote unquote filmed at a con while drinking scotch format. He says, I'm much better in person and I don't mind getting into it, but my favorite format is face to face. I'm all yours when next we meet. And I said, lol, okay. So that is the situation with Sean Gordon Murphy, and we'll definitely do like a live commentary for Batman White Knight #1, I think. And maybe we'll do the whole book. It depends on how much time we have and how long it takes. But either way, Sean Gordon Murphy is a go. He is coming. He just wants to do it live. All right, let's go. All right, so I got this really nice long message. I get a lot of like emails from people, and they're really lengthy. And I like a lot of them, and I read as much as I can. I can't respond to all the messages that I get. I mean, I try to, but maybe I might respond to 2/3 of them. I can't read them all. A good way to get a response out of me is to keep your point brief. I mean, I still appreciate the message just as much, and maybe we'll get into a back and forth. But this was a lot of text. So this says, Ethan, first of all, much applause for a great YouTube channel. Great. I appreciate that. And then here's his question. Ethan, do you think there's room in comics to sometimes address social issues without it being overtly drenched in political propaganda? I've always enjoyed escapist fantasy elements in superhero stories when they're well written and fun to read, but I also do enjoy a well-balanced, subtle social commentary as a background subplot, metaphor, or allegory, as long as it doesn't detract from the main story by forcing an ideology upon the reader. Yeah, there's room for that. There's Ava in the background there. I told you, this is a camera right into our house, so you get to hear the kids. All right, so yeah, I do. I think that it's almost like, what? Somebody said, well, what's the definition of pornography? And it's like I couldn't tell you, I couldn't define it for you, but I know it when I see it. And the difference between addressing social issues and then like SJW ideological propaganda. What's the difference? I mean, I suppose if I sat down all day and just really thought it out and made notes, I could tell you the differences as I perceive them. But rather than do that, I'll just define it the same way. I don't know how to tell you what the difference is, but you know it when you see it. That is that's the situation here. There's definitely room to tell a kind of get across a subtle message about, anti-racism or, being fair to people who are different than you, kindness, all of these things. But then again, there is social justice warrioring, and that is obnoxious. Yeah, it's a matter of art, I think. Ellie asks, have you watched the new MST3K? I can't bring myself to do it. Ellie, as you know, because last night, we had the great Bill Corbett on, who played Crow T. Robot on the original MST3K, from the end of the Comedy Central years to the beginning and throughout the Sci-Fi Channel years. And he's one of our favorites. I mean, I love Bill Corbett. And so does Nurkish, obviously. So I got him to do a little shout out to Nurkish as Crow T. Robot. I watched the first episode and I think some of the second episode of the new MST3K, and it was exactly what I thought it would be. You can sense Joel's creativity underneath of it, with his new characters and new ideas. But the problem is that we love Mike. We love Joel. We love Kevin Murphy. We love Bill Corbett and Trace and Frank and Mary Jo. And if they're not there, it's just not Mystery Science Theater. It's something else. I mean, it's almost like, somebody, John Lennon, or Paul McCartney getting 4 other boys together and saying, well, I'm going to write songs for you guys and you guys are going to be the Beatles. No, you're not. They're not the Beatles. Even if you're writing songs for them, they're not the Beatles. They're something else. And especially since the cast of the new Mystery Science Theater are celebrities that we all already know. Like I find it difficult to watch them and see them as anything other than like famous fans who are now doing a tribute show to the classic Mystery Science Theater. I'll have to be very if I were stranded on a desert island and I had nothing to do, I would watch those shows and I would enjoy them, but I'm not, and so I'm probably not going to. I mean, no offense, it's just bring back our boys. Here's another issue here. This man has no nostril. Now, a lot of people are concerned about this ever since Diversity in Comics brought it up on the live chat. He looked at him and obsessed over the fact that he has no nostril. Now, if you look really closely, you can see kind of a brownish shadow underneath his nose, which I think should have been accentuated a little bit more to cover for the nostril. Like if that is a shadow, then you wouldn't see a nostril. But that shadow is extremely light. Let's face it, this is a blown up image that used to be like this big on a comic book. So this has become a deep concern of everyone. This is the avatar for Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Do we change it? Do we need a new one? Is it time for a new Comic Artist Pro Secrets avatar? Maybe Cyberfrog? You guys are going to have to let me know. And that's, I'm depending on you to do that. So the comment section, I need you guys to actually sound off and let me know if we need to replace this with Cyberfrog or if we're keeping this guy. It's a very, very important question, and I need you guys to answer it. Okay, other thing I wanted to say, I wanted to promote this. So we had a nice, we were privileged to have Scott Lobdell come on just before Christmas as a guest for an interview. And Scott Lobdell is the screenwriter for this movie. I think he told me they spent like $4 million on it, and they've made $120 million. So this is an excellent movie, and a very successful movie. It just came out on DVD and maybe Blu-ray. I just bought the DVD. I don't think I saw a Blu-ray at Target where I bought this. But run out and support Scott Lobdell. Get this movie, watch it, maybe talk about it on Twitter, just as a thank you for being so cool and generous with his time just before Christmas to do a nice live interview for everyone on this channel. Let me see, is there anything else that I need to discuss with you guys? I can probably let you go now. Let me know again what is up. What are we choosing to do about this avatar? Are we keeping him or are we tossing him? And do we replace him? If so, do we replace him with Cyberfrog or maybe something else? Let me know below. Please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications if you haven't already. Welcome to our wonderful little community. And I will talk to you guys, let's see, tomorrow. Okay? Bye. Hey everyone, some people have a Patreon for their YouTube channel. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to offer you guys signed comic books. They will be available on eBay. I'm going to show you the link and everything. I'll show you what you're able to get. I'm putting them up bit by bit right now. I'll show you what's up there right at the moment. Okay, at the moment you'll be able to get a signed copy of the Shadow Batman. This is my copy, my cover, and it is signed in silver. So this is the regular edition, okay? Or you can choose the edition without the logo on it if you just want nothing but art on the cover. So we've got a few of these. And or you could choose the edition with no colors. You can see my beautiful, stunning line work. Ooh, they're all signed. They're all going to be the same price, which is $20. So you can go to eBay for $20, a small shipping fee, and we're going to ship all over the place, wherever you are, through eBay's global shipping program. You can get a signed comic book. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put up DC Rebirth, my cover for DC Rebirth #1. These are out of print. They're gone. They're sold out, but I happen to have a box of them, so you could get a copy from me, signed. Now eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to build up my eBay store to have signed copies available of just about everything I've ever done. So people who are emailing me and saying, can I send my comics to you to sign? That's not a great system, okay? I will lose track of your comics. Believe me, I'm very, very busy. But what I can do is I can build an eBay store where if you'd like to support the channel, instead of maybe tipping me with a super chat or instead of a Patreon, go there, buy a comic book. Or if you're just interested in getting your own comic signed or having a signed comic by me, you'll be able to buy one directly there. We'll ship it straight to your house. You won't have to go anywhere. Seems very convenient to me. So these 4 books are going to be available right now. I'm going to go down and check out what I've got, and I'll be putting up different editions every single day. These will be available constantly. I'm going to put them on like a 30-day kind of eBay cycle, so you'll be able to choose them when you want. I will put the link. Ava's having ice cream back there. I'll put the link in the description as well. So thanks very much, guys. See ya.